To be together this long, to be able to maintain chart position, putting out albums and going to the studio. Do you guys ever argue? Do you guys hate each other? I mean, what's going on, man?
You've seen us through the thick and thin, bro. We love each other like brothers, and we fight like brothers. Sometimes I say, man, I don't know if I would ever treat my brother the way we treat each other. Sometimes I'll joke about it because we will get down, we'll get dirty when it comes to the fighting and the arguments that we have. But I know it's truly out of a good place. We all want the same thing. We all want to win. And sometimes winning can be achieved in many different routes by different people. Some people see a vision of winning going this way. Some people see it going that way. Some people are going this way. Some people are going backwards. Some people are just at a halt with just peace and just being calm is already winning for some people and appreciating what we've had already from the past. The communication, I think, has been the biggest thing for us as a group and why we've been able to stay together for so long is because of the fact that we truly do communicate. Sometimes it's not the easiest communication to have with each other, but we get out, we lay it all out on the floor, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and things have changed for us. We've evolved into the people we are. We're no longer those kids from 12 to 21. Now we're adults. Now we do have families. And we have kids. So the balance is now, I think, the biggest key to our success, communicating and finding that right balance. What's enough for everybody? What's enough for me may be different than what's enough for Brian. And I always say everybody has their own enough factor. And once we are on the same page, man, Brian has said this himself, we can move mountains together when we all are on the same page.
Hey, let me tell you, man, you know, as the saying goes, time tells all. Time has went by.
Yep.
And look at you guys.
And that's the thing, you know, I look back and I'm like, thank God we stuck it through and we've stayed even in the low times and the four of us still stuck together and carried that torch through the times where, you know, we were playing, you know, sold out arenas and stadiums to going back to a time where we were back to playing theaters again. And it could have been easy for any one of us to say, you know what, this is not it. I'm ready to hang my hat up. I'm done. You know, it's not worth going backwards now. But I think once again, it just made us stronger to keep on finding that bond and that, you know, inner strength to say, you know what, we're going to get past this. We're going to get back to where we were. But I think we've achieved that success that we now know that we're in control of our destiny, truly.
What would be 2 or 3 things you think that best describes that pressure of being the biggest selling boy band or group of all time?
Pressure, I think for all of us, can be described in a different way. I know for me personally, I have anxiety issues.
Sure.
I have, you know, whether it's, you know, even the fans, they ask me and they get surprised when they say, hey, do you get nervous when you go on stage? I'm like, every single time. I said, I get nervous every single time before I go on stage. And they're like, wow, after, you know, almost 30 years, you're still getting nervous? I'm like, I do. That's the way I'm wired. But I've come to realize and accept it and realize that I need those nerves. I need those nerves to keep me on my toes. Because as soon as I get relaxed or complacent, whatever the right word is, next thing you know, that's when I mess up. You've seen it. That's the times when we're in rehearsals and it's like, damn it, Howie, what are you doing? Where are you at? Are you with us? And that's because my mind went to, you know, South America. You know, it would be nice to not have to have that internal anxiety, you know, but I've come to realize that that's just the way I am. And I just have to accept that and just to constantly work on how to channel that energy in order to keep me, you know, to be the best. It feels like it was just yesterday sometimes that we just started this whole journey. You know, we've been blessed. We've seen so much together. We've grown up together. Our fans have grown up with us. It's been an unbelievable roller coaster to think that we've been together over 27 years.
It's really beautiful to see too, man, you know, with the DNA tour, to see it sell out pretty quick. It made me feel like, wow, man, like, you guys are icons, you know, and I remember always using that word with y'all, just to remind you guys that how you know, how much of an impact you made on the industry.
Well, thank you, bro. You and your brother have used those words with us over the years, and you know, on different projects we've worked together, especially as motivation and just, you know, speaking from the heart. And it's a unique word. I think it's sometimes hard as the artist, as us, we don't look at ourselves as icons.
Right.
And, it's sometimes good and sometimes bad in some ways of, people who I guess maybe do get to a point where they think of themselves as icons, maybe get a little bit to their head. And so that's why I say in a good way, we don't put ourselves up on that pedestal like we are better than now and stuff like that. At the same time, it's good to hear that from you because it does motivate us to want to be what you think an icon should be. And that is the best of the best. I internally struggle with, feeling like I've made it and achieving and not have to constantly feel like I gotta, keep on proving myself. My wife has even told me several times, she's like, you can just let some of the air out of the tire, Howie. It's okay. You have done what a lot of artists have not been able to fathom the idea of success-wise. And so it's okay to now not have to feel like you are chasing that rat race. Like what you've said, we've graciously have been able to, I guess, consider that we've solidified ourselves in pop culture and history and stuff like that. But with getting back around to the fact of the group, I think part of that drive is there still because we still feel like there's so much more to achieve. A Grammy is something that we've always said would be nice to eventually get. We've gotten close so many times. I think we've been nominated, 9 or 10 times now, but it just hasn't been our time, and God willing, when it is our time, hopefully we'll get that and we'll at that point really deserve it and feel the gratitude for it.